Hi guys, and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, so first things first, I've got some absolutely belting news for you, right? I can't count. I know, mystical, isn't it? But in my blind panic, I've marked one of the fish down as being dead. One of my Sankeys. One of the last fish that went in, it didn't have a name and stuff, and I think I've just mixed him up. Anyway, long story cut short, I've got 10 of the little buggers in here now, not 9. So we've got a Brucey little bonus, you can see there. In fact, let me pop you over the top. Whoop. So there you go, right? So you can see the fish are just about starting to come back to normal. It was on Monday that the terrible incident happened, and it is now Sunday. So they're starting to look for food now. They're just about starting to look for food. All my water parameters have been great, except for my KH. I noticed that my KH had dropped yesterday and was down to 2. So I put some, sorry about that, I've got the kids. So I put some of that, oi, what are you doing? So I noticed my KH was down at 2. So I put some sodium bicarbonate in. I put 100 grams in, measured it twice. I wanted to put 100 grams in because it's half of what's required, or less than half of what's required for this pond. I'm going to test it in a little while, and I put it in systematically. So that's the only problem that we've had with the water parameters recently. The fish, like I say, they're coming round, but jeez, I'm telling you, once these two stop fighting, if I just can smooth across here, it feels empty. I mean, it feels really, really empty. It's quite a big pond. It's like not the biggest in the world, but it's 2,300 or 2,400 gallons. And watching the 10 small fish, because naturally, like when something like the PP treatment goes wrong, it depletes the oxygen. The big fish die first, and unfortunately, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in my fish, how I recorded them going in there, and just some of the sizes of the fish when unfortunately they passed. So you can see there from the list, the black ones, the ones in black, they're the ones that have unfortunately died, all 14 of them. You can see proportionately it is massively to the top, which is where the bigger fish are on that scale. It's organised in spring size order, it was. So you can see there coming down, the top is very black, the bottom seems to have more green, which is like the fish that are booked in as alive. And randomly, the blue one, the Sankey, is the one that I accidentally booked in as dead when he's not. Just got mixed up between red bum and the Sankey, that's all. It's just because I hadn't named them. So what I'm saying about that is, I do feel like the pond is empty. I do really, really, really feel like the pond is empty. Like, if we just try and stand you there somehow. I don't think you can see, can you? But just take my word for it. It feels massively empty. It feels empty when I was watching the fight last night and I could see an empty pond in my garden. It feels empty all the time. So the thing I'm thinking of is in a week I might get a couple, 2 or maybe even 3 fish to try and put a bit of character, a bit of happiness back in the pond, because I feel like the fish have lost their leader as well. Fred was the leader of the pond. He was the boss, he was the big man. He was also a little bit of a bully at times, but let's not talk about that now, he's passed. But basically, he was a leader feeder. Everything was great about Fred, and they have lost their leader. So I would love to buy someone with some character that can like try and inspire them back to round. They're like groupies with no band at the minute, basically. So that's just a future thought that might be happening soon. As you know, I managed to move the Nexus and successfully seal all the pipes, and that is like a dream over there now. But the next job is cutting these down. So I'm going to be cutting them down so I can move the hot tub, the idea, but we might change as we go along, the hot tub across there. So I've got to cut down these conifers now, which the root system is very high in the ground. In fact, let's have a little wander across. So all this to build my pond office. But if I stand here and show you there, look at that, man, that makes me look mega scruffy. If you can see, that's the old filtration from when we bought the house. I might drag it out and do a little video of it later, because I'm looking mega dark and mega weird on camera at the minute. But we're going to cut that down. But you can see the root system there is very, very high, and we've got bricks, mud and everything, and we're going to try and get that level. So today, me and little Starship Trooper there, full of beans, running off because I mentioned work. That's probably a theme to continue into his teenage years. But we're going to be moving that, cutting it down, putting as much as we can in the little green bin, or the big green bin. The rest of it is just going to go somewhere else until I can afford myself the time to do a skip run. The big bore exhaust there, the twin exhaust, doing belting. I love that. I actually like looking at that pipe. I have no idea why, but it looks quite nice. Maybe it's just because it's new and it's a feeling of satisfaction. Yeah, but everything's going well. Oh, another note is, thankfully, a lot of you superstars out there did say that when you treat with PP, it will nuke your bacteria in your filter. So, just to let you know, I popped some of my balls in there, and I'm hoping that boosts it. Like I said, I'm gonna put the other half in later on, because that treats 20,000 litres. My pond's 11,000 litres. I'd rather have more bacteria in there than not enough. Like I say, the pond now being nuked of its bacteria is a problem, but like I say, the fish are starting to come round. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna get cracking. I'm not gonna video it or much of it, because it's gonna be me and the little man, and that's hard work in its own right. But I'm gonna just spin you around and let you have a look at the little fish at the minute, and they are little fish now. But tell you what, the little ones look bigger now the big ones are gone. So anyway, at least Otis is there, the big lad. Let's go. They look absolutely beautiful, and if anyone wants to comment on who they believe will emerge as the new leader of the pond, that'd be a great one to hear. I think it would, well, sense would dictate that it would be the biggest, which would be the chocolate shagoi, as well as the shagoi being a very, very super confident koi fish in its own right. But my Otis is a bit more reserved, he's a bit quiet. But you never know, his character might emerge now Predator's gone. Right, onwards and upwards. You get off my legs, son. We've got work to do. Jax? Are we going to do some work today? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Say yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Well, that was like 2 or 3 hours of hell. I thought this would be a really easy job knocking these down, or cutting these down. No, it's not. Was the little man helpful? No, he wasn't. He just got in the way and annoyed me. Well, not annoyed me, but you get the drift. It was just more of a hindrance than a enhancement. Right, so green bin's full, tons of it round the side. I'm gonna have to do some skip runs, but to look round here is now, you can see them big rocks. They're bigger than you think. In fact, let me move my mug out of it and just show you what's happened. Okay, so round here we've got all the rocks that was underneath holding things up. Across to this side, that's where the conifers were. So you've got conifers, and then you had a big prickly tree at the back there. I don't like taking the trees out, but you got to do it. Them rocks, for the record, are well heavier and well bigger than you actually think on this camera. But Big John managed to move them. Happy days. So that's about as far as I'm going to get today. Obviously I have to crack back onto my other stuff. And but hopefully by the end of next weekend that'll be gone and the hot tub will be located there. But I've just got to get down and into the roots of those 2 conifers to get the ground as level as could be, or should I say as low as could be, so I can get across there, so I can scoot that across there, because it literally is just, the container will come to just the end of the hot tub, just before the end, so it literally needs to pop all the way into that corner. So okay, a lot of graft, a lot of energy, a lot gone into this. The fish are looking good, or should I say they're making a lot more of an appearance today than they have been over the past week. So all 10 of them seem a little bit happier. Not ecstatic, still a little bit scared of me, but I think I'd be scared of someone that killed all my mates. So end of the day, it is what it is. I can't sit too much in the past, because as you know, living in the past is depression, and living too far in the future is anxiety. You've got to try and live in the present. So my present is, I've got 10 fish, one of which was a present because I thought I had 9. I've got one of my big ones left in Otis, so the present is present and we're happy, and maybe I might add to it in a week, 2 weeks or something like that. So please stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed this little episode of Johnny's gardening trip, or not gardening trip, Johnny's gardening cutting down trees. Basically, I'm just killing things all over again. Anyway, I'm not joking. Take care. See you soon.